Alright, let's do this. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tosin. If this is your first time here, thank you for watching this video. And if you're a return subscriber, how have you been? Hope you're good. Well, today we're going to be talking about something very controversial. Very. It's good for people that are in Ireland now and they don't know what to expect, Maybe you just came, let's say fresher, came maybe a month or two ago. This video is good for you. This video is good for people trying to decide, should I move to the UK, should I move to Canada? We would have more videos around, comparing all these top choice countries. But this will just help you know, okay, what's going on in Ireland. So we're going to be talking about why people leave Ireland. Don't come to Ireland if you're not ready. As I'm saying these things, if you know you are not ready, please don't come to Ireland, okay? But if you know you got the blood in you, you can withstand, focus on the positives, then you can still come to Ireland. As for me, you can see I'm in Ireland. I've chosen to stay, irrespective of these little, what I call it, little, you know what I mean. I don't know the word, but you know what I mean. So, why do people actually leave Ireland? I saw this video on Instagram. For copyright reasons, I don't think I'm allowed to share it, but basically this lady was saying that she's worried because every time she goes out or she calls her friends, she's worried one of them is telling her they are moving to Australia. And that is the reality. Like, a lot of Irish people, young people in Ireland, are moving. They are emigrating en masse to Ireland, to Australia, some to the US, but Australia is becoming a choice destination. And it's interesting because this is how I feel in Nigeria, in my home country, where a lot of people are leaving the country. Like, I want to go back to Nigeria, but I only have 3 friends left. Imagine, 3 friends for 20-something years I spent there. Everybody has gone. And in Ireland, that's how they feel as well. But even outside, Irish people leaving, we also have immigrants that are also relocating to the UK, Canada, the US. People leave every day. Every day people are going. So why? Why? That's the question. Number 1, you must have heard it before. Rents. Accommodation. See, in life, no matter how rich you are, if you don't have comfortable shelter, how's it gonna work? Even me, a full-grown adult, I'm doing YouTube video in my room. Can you see my wardrobe? No. Can you see my wardrobe? That's to tell you how tough things are hard. Like, it's one thing to have money, and it's another thing to have a house. So the first problem is even finding house. You can have money, you will not have house. Then when you now have money, the rent, like, you're literally paying up to 1,000 euros for a double room. Up to 1,000 euros before bills. Some people are lucky, they get 650, 700. If you are not ready to share your room, you cannot get rent under 500 euros in Dublin. I know people live in other parts of the country, but it's hard when you're an immigrant and your community is in Dublin. The jobs you're trying to get is in Dublin. You are coming from a metropolitan city. You cannot move to the countryside. This is not Hollywood. You can't move there unless you plan. You have to carry your partner. That's if you have a man or a woman or a date, anyone. If you have somebody, we'll not get into that. Or if you can convince all your friends to move. But if you can't convince them, and you have to stay in Dublin, or you like traveling and you want access to the airport, and your church is in Dublin, and your friends are in Dublin, then you're gonna pay this rent. You're gonna share a room. For me, as an adult, I feel very sad that I cannot rent my own place. I literally cannot rent a 1-bedroom apartment because I cannot pay that money. 1-bedroom apartment is going for 2,000 euros. You're lucky if you get 1.8 or 1.9, and I don't want to live in a studio. Nothing wrong with it, but my own breathing, I have too much load, and then I like to compartmentalize. There is this place for sleeping, there is a space for chilling and working. But the point is, adults are still sharing apartments. You have people in their 30s still living at home in Ireland just because they cannot pay that money for rent. The value for the money spent is not there. How much are people earning? This takes me to my second point. The cost of living is extremely high. Like the cost of living, See, we put 1,000 euros for rent. I'll put 700 to 1,000 euros for rent in Dublin. You're gonna pay electricity bills and gas. Gas differs according to winter, but let's put it at 100 to 150. Let's say 150 for our bills. You're already on 150. I don't know math, so you're gonna keep counting. And then for groceries, you spend 40 euros a week. 4 weeks in a month, you're already on 160, right? Let's say your work carries you out. You use your leap card. You use your leap card. You don't have to enter that's the train on the bus and the lowest. Let's say you only use bus, which not everybody does. Like people have to use multiple modes of transportation. I use two different transport types to get to work. But let's say you use the TFI leap card, 90 minutes. You're on, let's say, €2.40. Let's say €5 a day. You go to work 5 days a week, or you go out 5 days a week. That's already 25, but I think they cap it at 20. So let's say that's already 20 euros for transport. That's 80 euros already. You've already spent 1,160. You're adding another 80 euros for transport. There are tax saver benefits and all, but let's cap it at 80 euros if you don't enter taxi. If you don't enter taxi, we'll not talk about taxi yet. So now we're getting into 1.5 as recurring expenses. Recurring. You have not gone to cinema. You have not eaten out. You have not bought beauty products because my skincare costs money. You have not done your hair. You've not gone clubbing or hiking or done anything tourist related. You've not paid tithe if you are someone that pays tithe. Black tax has not come in. You get the drift. So at the end of the day, how much can you save? How much can you save? And this is for someone that doesn't have a car, has no kids. Girl, guy, you get the drift. Number 3, insecurity. Ireland is a very peaceful country. Very peaceful, very easygoing. But these days, things are crazy. If you go to city center and you have a bicycle, you hold on it. This can happen in any capital city, by the way. It's not just Ireland. It happens anywhere. But my problem with Ireland is the police. The police is your friend. You can walk into a police station. They call it Garda. You can walk into the Garda station and let them know your stuff has been stolen or anything that's happened to you, and that's where it's going to end. I don't know, they take too long, and if anyone's anything about crime, the longer you wait, the higher the chances of the damage, the less chances of you finding out, the more evidence can be destroyed. So why are we taking so long? Like, Garda takes too long. I also subscribe to Irish Times. I really like them, and I've been reading stories about like tourists getting stabbed in city center. Like, American got stabbed today. Some kids did this. It's a mess. It's a mess, and it's very sad because you're coming from me. I'm coming from a low trust society, and I thought I was coming to a high trust society. But it's not high trust. You literally cannot just, you can't even leave your bag for a minute. You can't put your bag at the train station and look this way. It's that bad, and people really want to feel safe where they are living. Now, the fourth reason, I've spoken about rent, accommodation, I've spoken about cost of living, I've spoken about insecurity. The fourth reason why people are leaving is transportation. That transportation, girl, when I was at home, I used to drive. Since I got here, I realized my parents, they're the best. The shaggy, the shaggy, where they see, the shaggy I am seeing. Oh my God. Literally, my friend's house is 20 minutes away. When I take public transport, it's minimum 1 hour, 30 minutes. First of all, the transport is not direct. You can't just go here. It happens in so many countries, I know, but wow, it's bad. It is too bad. It's too bad. Number two, there's something called disappearing buses. Sometimes I've planned myself. I've left the house at a certain time, taking the tram. I've gotten to the bus stop and the bus will not appear. The bus will not come and nobody will tell you sorry. So it takes me 1 hour 30 minutes to get to work. Then I need to put in a 30 minutes buffer for the disappearing bus so that in case I miss that bus and I have to wait for the next bus, I can get to work on time. What kind of life is that? What kind of life is that? We don't have a metro. Different reasons why, but just tell you how hard it is. So North Dublin and South Dublin, it's kind of hard to navigate both. Let's say you now decide you want to get a car. You're a big boy or a big girl. Money has shown. Or you prioritize your comfort. Nothing wrong with that because the car is calling my name, but that's a different conversation. So you decided to prioritize a car, right? Okay. It's gonna take you 6 months. There's a 6 months wait list for you to do a driver's test. 6 months. 6 months. Think about that. Just think about that. To even get like appointment for driving lessons is a totally different ballgame. Before you now talk about the cost of buying a car, insurance, road tax, there's literally nowhere to park. So you fight again after you have car. You fight to park it. Or you'll be collecting tickets here and there as a big boy. Maybe 85 euros today, 70 euros tomorrow for parking wrongly. So you have car, but you still park it at home and enter bus because there's nowhere to park. Things are not that tough. They shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Now, the last reason I think people leave Ireland is just the lack of options. Like in the UK, there's London. If your money no reach, you go to Birmingham. If your money no reach, you go to Manchester. If your money no reach, Bristol. You get the point. There's Scotland. There are other cities. In Ireland, it's only Dublin. It's only Dublin. So you either become a country girly or you suck it up in Dublin. And that's what makes it very annoying. I want to leave Dublin. I want to move to other cities. I think Athlone is a great place. I've been to Galway before. Cork is pretty far because lots of companies are telling us to come back to work. And I just cannot imagine commuting from Cork to Dublin, even if it's once in 2 weeks. It's a lot because I have motion sickness. So just the lack of options, it just makes Ireland feel very small. Like anything you do, the gist will just be everywhere. So you have to be a good boy and a good girl when you're living here. So those are the issues. That's the reason people are leaving Ireland. What do you think? Do you think those are valid reasons to leave the country? Or do you think it's just the pains of life, you need to get used to it? Let me know in the comments section. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Till next time. Bye.